All right, everybody. So we did the impossible. We're still a little stacked in there, but we got a lot of stuff in a little truck. It's not really a little truck, but a medium truck. So what, fellas, what did we learn in our first time packing?
We did a pretty good job of estimating all available space.
Yeah.
In the back of the truck.
And the big question is, like, did we bring too many spare parts or did we bring not enough?
We'll see afterward.
That's right, we'll find out. We'll be more
Hopefully too
experienced. And then I wonder if every race is so different that it doesn't really matter. Because let's say we don't need any or we need them all. The next time we might need none.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. So this is the last time you're looking at these fellas, how they are. We added some new stickerage. That's Chris. That's Ben. That's Owen. I want to show you the thing I'm most proud of in our packing. So we have this like rotor and hub. It's like a rotor, bearings, locking hub, whole assembly. We're like, where do we put it? It's dirty. Then we just decided to put it in the rim. So we could have fit it in there though, probably. All right, busting out.
Plant trees on our parade. It's just like,
Well, the process of planting a tree might be considered a task of Hercules. But the study of which tree to plant.
right.
And what happens after.
Got the whole crew here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mexico.
Mexico. We're in Tijuana. Crossing the border was super easy. Yeah, now we're here. We're gonna get to our hotel pretty soon. We just passed a place where we get some of our scout materials painted, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Off the books.
Off
Personal
the books.
stuff.
Personal stuff. All right.
All right, so we're on our way to Ensenada. First problem documented. This guy.
Whoa.
No, basically everything's been working great. All the trailer has been great, but we were coming up this grade and it was becoming dusk, and I flicked the headlights on, and then we're going up this grade and I was like barely able to pull. I was in first gear, full throttle, and the V10 was chugging and chugging. And then we got to the top of the hill and we noticed the trailer brakes were smoking, and so we determined that there's some incompatibility with the wiring on the trailer brake. So Ben grabbed the tools. We just disconnected the trailer brakes because we need running lights. So essentially the headlights activating, we're turning on the brake lights. So got it fixed. What's our ETA? About 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours.
2 hours, says the navigator, which means 3. All right, good morning. We made it. Here's our hotel. I was told that this is a great place to stay, and it's true. Look, I mean, this large lot. Ensenada is a city, so it's hard to find parking. So this hotel is nice. It's right next to HQ, and it's got a huge parking lot so we can do tech. Well, tech is down at HQ, but we're gonna kind of go do a nut check, establish our systems of checking nuts, bolts, kind of fluids, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna hop in the race Terra with the crew and go through tech inspection and take care of paperwork and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty awesome, man. It's cool to be here. Can't believe it. All right, here we are. We're officially done with the registration. Now we're in line for our Stella device, which goes right there, and tech, and then on to tech inspection. It feels really awesome, man, being here. We were talking it's cool to be here not as a spectator. Spectator, that's cool, but to be on this side of the fence is pretty exciting. A lot of cool rigs, a lot of fast rigs, a lot of fun characters like this guy. All right, so we've been chilling. We kind of reconfigured all the stuff in the chase truck and the race truck, reprioritized, discovered. Owen really helped discover. I mean, it seems obvious now, but we were not utilizing the insides of the doors, and so that was huge. We're gonna do a full nut check tomorrow, but I want to show you some of my friends / competitors who are still friends. This is Chris Greenwood, his Bronco. I'm not sure what year it is. Really sweet, high horsepower, very proven. He's run a number of times. This is probably the most winning Norra truck around. This truck's legit, very legit. Everyone's just kind of tweaking and getting ready. This place is cool. I think they sell tacos and stuff here, and that's burgers and fries. All right, so it's the night before the race starts. It's about 5 o'clock. We have a driver's meeting at 6. Let me walk you around. This is kind of our pit area for the night in Ensenada. Ben is just finishing up on a complete nut check. We've gone through whole motor, front suspension, middle of the truck. You'll be surprised. There's a lot of nuts and bolts, and we're trying to mark every one of them. I am a little worried about a couple things. We forgot to pack tie rod ends. So I met this guy that's gonna help us get some 3/4 16 Heim joints that we can have as a emergency measure. Chase truck is nice and packed. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, that and the man. I need better shocks. I changed out I put stiffer bump stops in the front because my reverse shackle was bottoming out. The shackle was bottoming out on the frame. Shocks weren't bottoming out, but they were close, and I was nervous about that and the reverse shackle with the drive shaft length. But the rear springs are also too soft, so I gotta dial that whole thing in and kind of I talked to King Shocks about building some custom shocks for this that are valved correctly, and then I don't know about leaf springs, but I think I need stiffer leaf springs in the back. So let's go look around, man. These guys are in my class, so but they're friends already. Everyone's just kind of busy working on stuff. This is the famous Caballo del Diablo. He's won the Pioneer class many times. So we got all types. This is a cool, interesting, sponsored by Case IH, some kind of trophy truck. Very loud, very aggressive, probably very fast. That's an Ultra 4 car. Don't know what that is. The Ultra 4 car is 4-wheel drive though. It's really sick. Lots of bikes. This is just the people that are staying at this hotel. Kind of exciting. It's cool to be a part of it. There she is. The underdog. The little engine that could. Anyway, tomorrow morning is race morning, so we're trying to get everything set, and we'll see you in the morning.
Maddie will probably be yelling when the truck's ready.
Okay. Yeah. Driver ISO. Can you hear me, base cam?
I would honestly just talk to Team Honda.
All right, everybody, it's race day. We got about maybe 20 minutes to staging, and it's about a 45-minute process. Feels good to be in the race suits. This is our first time in the race suits, in the race truck. We've done comm checks, satellite GPS checks. Chris over there and Ben somewhere. They've been indispensable. And we were talking this morning, this really is like a team sport as much as it feels like it's about the driver. It's not at all. So anyway, here we go.
So like, go save time and probably.
They'll fill it out. You'll fill it out.
I'm gonna fill it out. Yeah, you don't have to fill it out. Because every time you come to a section, it's gonna have it ready.
This started a 4x4 legend class.
Atrás, por favor.
Oh yeah, that's them.
All right, so here we are. It is race time. So we we drove in our first transit section. It was about 30 miles through town. And now we got to the special stage, which I'll show you. This is the start of the first timed portion of the race. And I guess supposedly, and it's a little tricky to manage, we're noobs, but there's like a minimum time and a maximum time you get allocated for your transit. But there was a bad crash, I guess, up ahead, so they're delaying everybody. And what's funny, it's not funny at all, but what's interesting is everybody told us in the first 50 miles, so far we've seen three or four rigs broken down on the side of the road. We haven't even hit dirt yet. 3 or 4 trucks on the side of the road. and now a crash. And so it's just been prophetic what everyone said. It's just chill out. You're not racing the first day, you're just cruising. So, but it is tempting because like everyone else is driving fast and you're like, I gotta drive fast like they drive fast. But we gotta remember, and then I'm speaking to myself, this is a long race. And it is 5 days and 1,000 miles, and we've gone 28 miles so far. So Owen's doing great. Really proud of him. He's doing great with managing. Here, let me show you. So he's managing the GPS navigation. There's also communication. And over there's this Stella tracker that is just really like a race tracker and a mileage thing. And then he's managing this course book, or the road book, which just has miles, a lot of data. In the old days, this is all they used before GPS, was a mileage tracker, maybe a compass in the course book. And lastly, the Scout. The Scout's feeling great. It's definitely like in a real race scenario, like the engine's underpowered. I'm pretty consistently flooring it. And I'm in, yeah. So anyway, but it's doing great. All the stats are great. Everything feels great. It's got a little rear main seal leak, but that's kind of normal. So, okay. Checking out for now.
First session, a little bit leaky here and there, but really holding together very nicely. It's got like the drive shaft close to bottoming out. They took some really hard hits, but it did well. It didn't fully bottom out. There's a little dinger there where the leaf spring is rubbing on the shackle, but that's gonna be fine. Shackle's been hitting the frame just a little bit, but no damage. She's doing good. There, guys. See you, good luck. Sounds like good fun, Captain. Yeah, this is them. Stop! Come back!
What's that?
Our Stella has reset.
Sure. Look to the left.
Okay.
Tents that are coming. We'll be right on the car.
Hang on.
Stop.
All right, well, that's a wrap of, well, it's morning of day 2. Day 1 was, I feel like it was a big success for the team. The guys, Chris did an amazing job getting the logistics planned out. I felt like that went, Chris, you feel pretty good about the logistic plan from yesterday?
Yeah, I feel really good about it. Owen knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, and Owen, man, just did such a great job, gave me a ton of assurance. I found that I really valued just constant input, like constant communication, and he did a great job. His voice was getting hoarse, but he did a great job. Ben is on tech. Truck has held up great, so Ben's doing his job.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
And the team at Anything Scout did an amazing job, man. This truck is awesome. Let me talk about some particulars. The 196, big thumbs up on the 196. I can maintain race speed very well. The only place I really struggled was in the deep silt. I couldn't pull second gear in the big silt, like deep silt. And like like just loose sand, so I had to go into first gear for the really, really bad sections. But overall, second, third gears are a happy place with really a range of like 15 to 40 is second and third.
Like 17 on the big, on kind of whoops and stuff.
Yeah, last night, stage 1 was beautiful. I wish we could have shown you guys more. Owen, maybe we'll be able to input some clips from Owen's camera. It was beautiful, man, dropping along the Pacific Ocean. It was so amazing. And then last night, that was just a gritty, difficult, whooped out. It was just basically all whoops and silt for 55 miles. But yeah, man, the tires, the General Grabber X3s, not even a blemish in them. The Nomad wheels held up great. All the stuff. Jim, one of our crew members, noticed today that the Dana 20 that Dan built is not even seeping yet. It's not no leaks. So that's amazing for a Dana 20. The old 196 is the rear main seals leaking pretty good.
Yep.
And a 100. Well, we drove 220 miles yesterday.
218.
We went through 2 quarts of oil. Temperature stayed super cool. We really never got above 177. So that was good. Today's gonna be hotter, so we'll see. What were you gonna say?
The power steering fluid was leaking, like spitting out.
Yeah, spitting out.
overflowing,
Yeah.
Getting hot. But
Yeah, the power steering system has been, I mean, the pump and everything's great. It feels amazing. But I think the placement of our cooler, and other people warned me about that, the cooler being right down there is not really great for airflow, and it's getting hot. So we might try to relocate that. I don't know if it's like back here or something, because in the silt, I had some pretty major steering fade. This carburetor's pretty stellar, I have to admit. I was worried about it in the big stuff, in the big rough stuff, just like choking out and getting the float didn't stick. It was pretty spot on. Race radios were solid, S-Pod's solid. All the parts, High Parts America, anything Scout, Super Scouts, all those light line parts held up great.
Tom Wood.
Yeah, the drive shafts, 100% on point. Another hero of the trip of these is KC. Last night we drove for probably 3 hours in the dark at incredibly high speed. Anybody?
very, very fast.
But yeah, so I had to adjust them up. I feel like they were all adjusted down because like right in front of the truck was like incredibly bright, like the surface of the sun. And these headlights are amazing. What I discovered like 2/3 through the night was that I had it on low beam the whole time, and so we kicked them on high beam, and that was the chef's kiss, so to speak. But anyway, nut check's done. We got about 15 minutes till we need to head out, so we're gonna get suited up. Bam!
map that up to your number, dude.
I got it right there.
Oh.
Okay, can you keep going?
All right, so it's race day 3. This is the Sea of Cortez. We're at the Bay of LA. We had a good day yesterday. Trying to think. Oh, I got stuck in the silt. We experienced Baja silt for the first time. It was crazy. It's just like flour, really deep. We got stuck. Basically, the reason we got stuck is because the axle's just high centered. We had a tire losing air, so we decided to just put a fresh set on the rear. Still have a good spare. X3s have been great. Oh, can you take that center cap off? That's where we slept. So yeah, probably getting, the 196 is good. She's cranking still. been using about a quart and a half of oil a day for 200 miles, but I'm going basically full throttle for 7 hours a day. Today we leave 400 miles of racing today, all the way down to the town of Loreto. So it'll be a punishing day. Owen's doing a great job. Crew's doing great. I'm feeling good. So another day on the books. Let's go.
Yeah, so like Christmas or 10/17, it's gonna be kind of
What? I think that's Alright, what's up everybody? Sorry for no video update yesterday. It was a long 400-mile race day. The race Terra is beat up. We're pretty beat up, but the race Terra is more beat up, I think. We had to take the front drive shaft out because it was bottoming out. It damaged the front output on the transfer case. We're just getting ready to start day 4. Day 4, baby. Day 4. We got a flat tire. We were down to 1 spare tire. I should have brought 3. I only brought 2. We were running out of space, and I just spaced out on bringing it. So we have a spare for today. We have 280 miles to race today, and my objective yesterday, I was trying to like actually race. Day 1 and 2, we were learning the ropes. We really pushed it kind of hard yesterday, but then we got this flat tire, and then I had to back off. And today the truck's just so beat up. Every U-bolt is damaged. So many hits, hard hits. Shock bushings are kind of beat. But I've learned a lot, man. I know a lot of revisions we're gonna make. And anyway.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. We were tagged over yesterday. Car 34, the black with the yellow hood.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. This a great thing to be down here. Owen's killing it, co-driving. Chris, our logistical genius. All right, signing off. Hopefully we'll have a good day.
I knew it was around here somewhere. Go ahead and turn which way are you going? Are you going that way? So back up that way.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. Day 5, right? Day 5. Feeling a little beat up. Truck is jamming. But let me show you around the truck. Talk about some things that are happening with it. Overall, man, we were talking last night. It's hard because there's a lot of systems and a lot of things to think through and talk through, but cooling system has been 100% perfect. I should say that after the last day, but never runs hot, no leaks, just been flawless. The 196 has run pretty perfect, no issues. It is a little underpowered. Like where I think I lose a lot of time is top speed a little bit, but mostly in the acceleration points. There's just thousands of acceleration points. That's because hood pins fell off yesterday and the hood was almost ripping off, so I had to rig that up, and it stops like that, little stuff. The biggest issue, honestly, oh yeah, we broke a shock, so we gotta fix that today. The biggest issue has been the suspension. The rear, the shocks are bottoming out, but it's not like a big issue. So the rear needs U-bolt. Let me show you. I need recessed U-bolts or a U-bolt flip kit. It's hard to kind of see, but those U-bolt plates are hammered. You can see that U-bolt, they're all bent. It's kind of a problem. I think we're just gonna get through the day. Rear differential's been great. So the rear suspension, I think like 200 pounds more spring rate, same lift, just more spring rate, or better shocks. I'm not 100% sure. I definitely need better shocks, but can shock valving make up for spring rate? Because it's like taking the big hits, it just bottoms out. Timber and bump stops have been really perfect. They've been great. The front has been kind of a mess because the drive shaft bottoms out when under full bump, like hard bumps. We're talking G outs, man. Here, Ben. Ben's been doing a good job. So, and the drive shaft collapses in, and it's been smacking the transfer case, and the transfer case has been the best. Dan Binder Bonnier did a killer job building that transmit. It shifts on the fly, super smooth, anywhere from 10 to 60 miles an hour. Low range, never pops out of gear. It's been perfect, but it's damaged. The front output is all wallery because of the getting slammed by the drive shaft. So what we did to remedy that was just put these bump stop extensions on. So the bump stops are such a big part of the suspension at this point. You can actually see they're hitting so hard. You see that cup is bending? Like right there, that's supposed to be pointed down. So they're just wailing on these things. So I need like more spring rate, way better shocks in the front. So that's where I'm gonna start. And then I wanna do a U-bolt flip kit on the front, I think, and redesign this front axle. We'll see. It's been working great, the front axle, the truss and everything. But I got some ideas. Anyway, that's a wrap for today. Talk to you later tonight when we finish. There's something like 70 cars that have mechanically either rolled or broke terminally. So our time is slow. We're 8 hours off of the leader pace in our class. But that guy's fast. I don't know how he's going so fast. But we'll get better. Keep at it. Hey Lily, one of the heroes of this trip has been, and Ben, the leaf blower. Woo! We use it every morning to like blow everything out. It's been amazing. Miss you guys. Next time you gotta come. All right, morning update. Ben is in full NASCAR pit mode because he discovered that we have 2 broken center pins on the rear. So we have no jack stands, but we have all the wheel of the ages. Let's go. Straight carnage in Baja. Straight carnage in Baja. Listen, man, one thing we're learning big time is that we gotta be more thoughtful on what we bring. We did a pretty good job. I give our
Pretty good, yeah.
what
It's
would-
not bad.
a C plus.
I'd be B or B minus. It's
Okay.
not really that bad.
But man, we have one 6.5 foot bed chase truck with 4 dudes and everything. It's a lot of exciting stuff happening. But we got it, we feel better. We're out of here 10 minutes. That's a wrap on the Baja adventure. Well, not really, but we have a long drive home. So amazing time. Came in 2nd place in our class, which was pretty amazing. With a respectable time. We finished every stage. Finished every day. Chase truck did good. Ben did great. Owen did great. San Jose de Cabo is amazing. Cool. And all of Baja, the people are amazing. Place is beautiful. Did not disappoint. So for all of you guys that followed along, thank you so much for all the encouragement and the support. It's been a huge part of this success. And now we have to go fix a bunch of stuff on the truck and make some stuff better. Get ready to rock, man. Come back stronger next year. One more thing, all of the parts that we used from our sponsors really were stellar, man. Nomad wheels held up good. It took a couple hard hits. The grabbers were super tough. PSC steering, I mean, we just had no problems. Dan's transfer case, front axle work, spot on. Ice Parts America, like all the shims, the clutch was perfect. I mean, all the parts that they supplied. Electrical system, S-Pod was perfect. PCI race radio was great. Tom was drive shafts great. Friends at Super Scout light line, KC highlights were great. I might add a couple more lights. Friends at Urban Emu, great people. Anyway, so when you need good quality parts, check these folks out.